another episode on Sunnylanka. Today we're going to be making rice cooked in a very Sri Lankan way, and it is a very simple dish that is called Kaha, which translates as yellow rice. It's a little fragrant rice, and what I am using here for the rice today is Samba rice, and this I find is here, of course, for export quality. They have it very nice and clean, but in Sri Lanka I found the Samba was a little too hard to manage. There's so much of cleaning to do after you bring the rice home. So if you are in Sri Lanka, I would be using the kiri Samba, and that would be very close to what this is. And if you don't have Samba, that's fine. You can also use basmati rice, and it should work well too. So let's go through the ingredients. It's about a cup and a half of rice. I'll be using about a tablespoon of ghee, and the ghee is optional. You can also use butter or instead, or you could leave it out, or you could even use a couple of drops of coconut oil. It brings out a nicer flavor too. Pandan leaves or rampa. I have one big leaf that I've just broken up into manageable, about 2 to 3 inch pieces. Quarter teaspoon of I can't get it to there. Quarter teaspoon of turmeric, and an inch piece of cinnamon that I've broken down into smaller pieces just to distribute the flavor in the rice as it cooks, and about 2 cardamom pods. And these I'm leaving whole. I would put it in like this. And you'll need salt to taste, and you'll also need half cup of the coconut milk. Today I'm using coconut milk powder, and so I have here 2 teaspoons of coconut milk powder, and I will be diluting that into half a cup of water. I know it says 1 cup, but it will be half a cup of water, and that is what I will use. Or you could use diluted coconut milk or the thin coconut milk, and you need just half a cup. So let's get started. First step is I'm going to wash the rice. One more thing I wanted to add is traditionally rice is cooked over the flame, over the stove, in maybe a clay pot, and it does add to the flavor when you cook in a clay pot. But I want to make it very easy for us busy moms and housewives, or just anybody who's wanting to do this in a hurry. So I'm cooking my rice today in the rice cooker. So I'm showing you the easy way of doing this. Okay, so here is my Samba rice. I've washed it in several changes of water until the water is clear, and to that I'm just going to add everything else, really, like almost just everything. Okay, so starting with the pandan leaves, the turmeric, and the cardamom and cinnamon sticks. I'm also going to add in my half a cup of coconut milk that I've diluted in water, and I'm going to put in some salt to taste. I have here about a teaspoon. I won't put all of it in, just a little bit less than a teaspoon, because we don't really put salt in our rice. We're not used to it, but it's salt to taste, so it's up to you. I'm going to put in now my 1 tablespoon of ghee. Tricky. It just adds a really nice flavor. It's optional. And then the next thing is, now I usually measure the amount of water that I put in using my fingers. And how I do that is, okay, so I want to give you a measure. So I'm not sure what the measure is. It's different for different rice, but it generally works if it's a if it's a fast cooking rice, like basmati, long grain, and this Samba rice. It has a little less water. And if it's a long cooking rice, like your wild rice, your brown rice, even parboiled rice, those take a lot longer and you would need more water. So I have here 4 cups of water, and I want to give you a measure, so we'll see what we end up with. And how I do it is I just drop the water in, and I'm looking to see that the water from the top of the rice reaches to the first mark on my index finger, and I would just sit it on the rice, and we're almost there. So just a little bit more. Just make sure your hands are clean when you do this. And right there. So I hope you can see that. It comes up right to this mark here. And that's, you know, we're usually working so fast, we're already washing the rice and we want to measure out the water, and that's what I do. So I'll fill it in the water, and because we're adding in the coconut milk, a little less water, and that's it. Okay, so basically that. And then if you look back on my measuring cup here, I've used, so I started off with 4 cups of water and I have 2.5 cups of water. So the ratio is for every cup of water, for every cup of rice, you put in 1.5 cups of water, and it should be okay. So, but then this method works so well for me, like I don't even have to think about it, no math involved, just fill in the water till the first mark on your index finger. This is for quick rice, and then when you do your long cooking rice, like the ones I've said before, you would just fill the water up to the second mark and you're good to go. Alright, so now I'm just gonna cook this in my rice cooker, and I'll get back to you once we're done. Okay, and then once the rice is done, you want to make sure to fluff the rice, and it's a very good idea to do this, otherwise you'll get a big clump of rice, which you don't want. So I'm just using one of those pasta spoons. I don't know the name for it, but and it works really well for me. So just to gently fluff the rice, okay? And now it's ready to serve. So there you have it, folks. Today's dish, Kaha, or yellow rice, and it is fragrant. I can smell the coconut milk, the ghee, and all the wonderful spices that we put in. Please do try it out and let me know how yours turns out. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to show your support. And until next time, Ayubowan.